The European Union is at war with Hungary, not with tanks, not with bombs, but with fines, legal pressure, funding blackmail, and open attempts to break an elected government. Brussels is withholding billions of euros to punish Hungarians and encourage domestic opposition. It's challenging Hungary's veto power and openly pressuring it to fall in line on war, immigration, and debt. This is institutional coercion, and the stakes are high. Will Hungary remain a sovereign nation, or will it be brought to heel? Hello, I'm Michael, and this channel looks at power, geopolitics, and decline from a Southern Realist perspective. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban recently said that the EU is a bigger threat to Hungary than is Russia. The longtime leader is being targeted by Brussels for refusing to open Hungary's borders to vast numbers of immigrants. Hungarians are being fined 1 million euros per day for enforcing their own borders and immigration policy. The EU is also forcing Hungary to pay more for its energy by cutting off its long-standing access to cheaper Russian supply. So this is pressure on Hungary's economy. And Brussels is exploring mechanisms to bypass unanimity requirements, attempting to circumvent its own rules in order to admit the Ukraine without full consent and without Kiev completing required reforms. At the same time, the Ukraine has actually bombed pipelines carrying needed oil to Hungary, yet EU elites continue to press forward. This is a sovereignty struggle. Most EU elites are openly signaling support for the pro-EU candidate Peter Magyar, who currently leads Orban in some polls ahead of the April election. For Brussels, this is a chance to remove one of the most persistent internal critics of centralization, migrant policy, and war. Prime Minister Orban has compared the EU's behavior to that of the former Soviet Union. He has described Magyar as a Brussels puppet who would allow Hungary to be dragged deeper into the Ukraine war and further surrender national sovereignty. From what we know about Magyar, he would probably reduce Hungary's opposition to EU war policy, immigration mandates, and the continued expansion of centralized power in Brussels. If Orban pulls off a comeback victory, it would signal the continued strength of sovereignty politics, not just in Hungary, but across Central Europe. Cooperation with Slovakia and Czechia could deepen. Other member countries might move in their direction, with populist polling very well in many European nations. But if Brussels prevails, the message will be just as clear in the opposite direction. So this is not just about one prime minister. It's about whether national governments inside the EU still retain meaningful autonomy. Hungary is small, and Brussels is not. What happens here will tell us who truly governs Europe. Subscribe if you want more realist analysis like this. Share the video, like the video, and I'll see you on the next one.